Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today is Tuesday and we're going to jump right into our Tuesday talk. I'm going to pick up where I left off reading in the book, The Science of Getting Rich. I believe we were on chapter 2. So if you're new to this and this is the first time you're seeing one of these videos, I'll just kind of recap on where we were. I'm basically focusing on showing you guys what I've learned as far as realizing our right to abundance and the fact that we want more in life is a natural feeling and we shouldn't shame ourselves about it. As far as, there's that whole belief about wanting more and everything, being materialistic, and I think it definitely depends on how you control your personality and, your morals and your beliefs. But there's nothing wrong with wanting more. I think that wanting more is just us trying to express a fuller life. So I'm kind of reading a little bit in this book that kind of helped me grow spiritually, and it helped me grow my belief in myself as well as I'm working towards one of my goals. So I'm just going to start, like I said, where I left off. And the chapter that we're on is chapter 2, and it's called There Is a Science. So we're talking about the science of getting rich, like the actual, it's talking about like laws of the universe with the actual science and behaviors and habits of becoming wealthy. And what it's talking about becoming wealthy is you need to have money to buy things. The reason why we want money, well, most of us, I'm sure, the reason why most of us want money isn't just because of the love of having that paper money and just being like stingy with it and stashing it up. It's more of we want money to pay for the experiences and pay for the items that we can use to have a fuller expression of our own lives. So we're beginning the talk on the science of that. There is a science of getting rich, and it is an exact science, like algebra or arithmetic. Again, if you're new to this book was written back in the 1930s, so some of it sounds different. There are certain laws which govern the process of acquiring riches. Once these laws are learned and obeyed by any man, he will get rich with a mathematical certainty. The ownership of money and property comes as a result of doing things in a certain way. Now, throughout this book, the words certain way are capitalized, and he keeps saying you need to do things in a certain way, things have to be done in a certain way, the result of doing things in a certain way. And the certain way is kind of like broken down as far as what to believe in and how to conduct yourself. Those who do things in a certain way, whether on purpose or accident, get rich, while those who do not do things in a certain way, no matter how hard they work or how able they are, remain poor. It is a natural law that like causes always produce like effects, and therefore any man or woman who learns to do things in a certain way will infallibly get rich. That the above statement is true is shown by the following facts. Getting rich is not a matter of environment, for if it were, all the people in certain neighborhoods would become wealthy, and people in the city would all be rich, while others from out of town would all be poor in other towns. Or the inhabitants of one state would roll in wealth, while those of an adjoined state would be in poverty. So it's saying, this is evident because people are mixed. Wealthy and poor live together. It's not a certain environment or a certain community, that displays that. Because you can find all sorts of, people on the spectrum of wealth in every single community. But everywhere we see rich and poor living side by side in the same environment and often engage in the same vocations. When two men are in the same locality and in the same business, and one gets rich while the other remains poor. I don't know what's up with my reading today. I apologize, you guys. It shows that getting rich is not primarily a matter of environment. Some environments may be more favorable than others, but when two men in the same business are in the same neighborhood and one gets rich and the other fails, it indicates that getting rich is the result of doing things in a certain way. And further, the ability to do things in a certain way is not due solely to the possession of talent. For many people who have great talent remain poor, while others who have very little talent get rich. Studying the people who have gotten rich, we find that they are an average lot in all respects, having no greater talents and abilities than other men. It is evident that they do not get rich because they possess talents and abilities that other men have not, but because they happen to do things in a certain way. Getting rich is not the result of saving or thrift. Many very penurious people are poor, while free spenders often get rich. So I'm going to stop there for now. I honestly didn't have too many ideas about reading this, other than the fact that I thought it was interesting that, we live side by side, and some people are well off and other people aren't. Also, the fact that he said, talent, because that was always one of the things that felt like it was holding me back. Was on paper, I felt like I didn't have much to offer, but then when I look back at my skill sets and my experiences that I've acquired, that's what gave me the confidence to move forward with everything I'm doing now, because I know I've had experiences and skill sets that I've acquired through that to be able to help people. So this, like I said, this book really did kind of give me some encouragement as far as self-doubt, because it's all about believing in yourself. It's all about, like, you make your own rules and you decide where you're going, and anything can be accomplished. It's just, I'll keep reading because I honestly didn't think there was too much to discuss so far. Actually, you know what? I'm going to hold you guys up like this because I just realized something. I have been getting some messages about the sound quality in this video, like the way I'm doing the videos, and I think it might be because of the way I'm setting you up on my ring light. I think maybe part of the microphone might be getting muffled. So I'll just keep going this way. Okay. I hope you can hear me better. I am thinking about investing in some sort of microphone for this to make it easier. So getting rich is not the result of saving or thrift. Many very penurious people are poor, while free spenders often get rich. Nor is getting rich due to doing things which others fail to do. For two men in the same business often do exactly the same things, and one gets rich while the other remains poor or becomes bankrupt. From all these things, we must come to the conclusion that getting rich is a result of doing things in a certain way. I'm actually going to stop there and share something with you guys, because this is probably the third time I've read this book, and trying to piece together what a certain way is, I feel like the book explains exactly like what behaviors and beliefs in the order in which to do things, but I also realized something for myself as far as what's helped me with moving forward with my process, and that is the how. We all do this. We all get so caught up with how things are going to come together that we don't necessarily give ourselves the okay to go ahead and try something if we don't believe that it's going to work out, because we don't see how. And my big certain way of doing things is making the decision that you're going to do something before you know how to do it, and moving forward in faith that it's going to happen, and then the steps unfold as you go. And you have to fill each step completely with all of your resources, doing everything you can where you are with what you have. And that comes back to like gratitude also, and the willingness to put the effort in. And I realized that because I was stuck on a step, and I was like, okay, universe, like where's the next step? I'm ready to move forward. But then, it kind of spoke to me and said, you haven't done everything you could. So that's my big how, is do all you can where you are with what you have, and the next step will be presented to you, and the next step, and the next step, and the next step. You're not going to get there like, I don't know if you can see my finger, but you're not going to get there like a straight line from point A to B. you're going to get there like this. It's going to be up and down. You're going to have mental struggles, and you're going to build yourself back up, and you're going to realize something, and you're going to hit another roadblock, and then you're going to overcome it, and you're going to learn more. It's all about acquiring the skill sets. That's why we have that up and down. It's all about acquiring the skill sets to become the person you need to be to have what you want. The old you can't handle the new you without the skill sets you acquire along the way. So that's why it kind of feels like there are some days where we're like, what the heck, where's the next step? Or I don't feel like I'm moving forward, or we have those mental blocks and we have those challenges. That's the certain way. As long as you don't give up, you're going to get there. So I'm going to stop there with a certain way, and I'm going to pick up tomorrow for Wednesday Wisdom and hopefully finish this chapter, and we can talk more about it. If you guys like this book or you have any questions about it for me, then just leave them in the comments below and I'll try to get to them. And let me know if the sound was better after I picked up the phone. If it's the same, then I'll just keep doing it the way I was originally doing it and try to figure something else out. But hopefully this is better, because I just realized I was probably setting it down somewhat on the mic just to prop it up better. So let me know what you think. If you have anything you want to talk about, just hit me up in the comments below. If you're watching this for the first time, don't forget to subscribe, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow.